Hello, welcome to Rising Technologies. I'm Harish. You are watching part 6 of Core Java video tutorial. In this session, we are going to have an introduction to classes in Java. We are going to define a simple class in Java. The class that contains a main method is just the starting point of your program. But true object-oriented programming is based on defining classes that represents programmatic object with certain characteristics and some functionality. So the characteristics or properties of an object is called as its state, and the functionality that object may perform is called as its behavior. Now let's have a look at some real-world object. So car is a real-world object, and this object also has some state and some behavior. So state may contain brand of this car, make and engine skill capacity of this particular object, and the functionality this object may perform may contain accelerate, brake, changing the gear. So these are the behaviors that this object may perform, and these are the state of this particular object. So state of any object contains some kind of value. So these are three different states of this particular object. So brand of this particular object is Maruti. The make of this particular model is Swift, and the engine skill capacity is 1248 cc. So similarly, if I want to create a programmatic object and that object may represent a bank account, so that object will also have some kind of state, and that object will also perform some kind of behavior. So a bank account or a programmatic object that is going to represent a bank account may have some state like account number, the name of account holder, and his current balance within that account. I don't only have this state. Along with this state, that object should be capable to perform some operations on itself. So this object will have some kind of behavior like deposit and withdrawal. So this behavior or this function is going to deposit some amount within this bank account. Another behavior, that is withdrawal. This behavior can be used to withdraw some amount from the particular bank account. So the class is a new abstract data type, and once defined, this new type can be used to create objects of that type. Thus, you can say the class is just a template. This is just an outline of an object. This class contains the definition of state as well as behavior of an object, and an object is actually instance of the class. While very simple classes may contain only code or only data, but most real-world classes will contain both. Now let's have a look at very simple class. Let's begin our study with the class with simple example. I want to represent a programmatic object, and that object is going to have certain state of a box. So I'm going to create a class called as box, and within this class I'm going to define three variables: height, width, and depth. Currently this class do not have any behavior or any method, but in later sessions we are going to add some behavior within this class. Now my class is ready. Now I can create actual box object by using this statement. Now look at this. I have created another class box demo, and within this class I have my main method. Within this main method I have created an instance of this box class by using this statement: box b1 equals to new box. Now I can declare an instance in two different steps. First, I can declare a reference variable. So box b1, this will only declare a reference variable but not physical object itself. Initially this reference is going to point to null. Now in second step, I am going to create a physical box object by using new operator. This new operator will create an instance of this particular type, and it will return a reference of newly created box object, and I am assigning that reference to this reference variable b1. So this type of declaration is called as two-step declaration. In first step, declare a reference variable. In the second step, create an instance using new operator. Now let's have a look at this. what happens when you declare a variable something like this box b1? It declares only a reference variable in memory and it do not point to any physical object. So this reference variable will be initially set to null and I cannot assign any value or any property of this box reference because this b1 is not going to refer to any physical object. In the second step, I have created an instance of class box and I have assigned the reference of that instance to this b1 variable. So this is the effect of this second line. A physical object of class box will be created in the memory. Memory will be allocated for each and every variable within that class box and the reference of this newly created box object will be assigned to this variable, that is b1. Now we can say this b1 is going to refer to this particular object in the memory. Now I can assign values to the various properties of this box using this reference variable. Now look at this statement. I'm saying b1.height equals to 4. So b1 is the reference variable. This reference variable is going to point to this particular object in the memory and this object has a property that is height. So I am accessing this height property via this reference variable b1 and I am assigning a value to that particular variable. Now I can assign value to each and every property of this particular box object by using this box b1 reference variable. Now let's have a practical look at this statement. So I'm going to create a class with the name box class. And within this class, I'm going to declare 3 fields or 3 variables to maintain the state of this programmatic box object. And these variables will include height, width, and depth. Now I want to declare an instance, an object of this class box, and for that I can make use of the statement box b, or you can say b1 is equivalent to new box. Even I have written a single statement, but 2 different operations were performed by this statement. First, it will declare a variable of b1 of type box. Initially, this variable will be set to null. Then this new operator is going to create an instance of type box and the reference of newly created instance will be assigned to this b1. I can perform same activity by 2 different steps. First, I'm going to declare a box type of variable and then I'm creating a new box object and I'm assigning that box object to this b1 reference variable. Now using this b1, I can assign data, I can assign values to various properties of this box. So I'm going to say box.height is 4. Similarly, box.width is equivalent to some another value and box.depth is equivalent to some value. Now this box object contains some data. Now I want to calculate its volume, so I can say double volume is equal to b1.height into b1.width into b1.depth. So I have calculated volume of this particular box instance. Now I need to print this volume on the console, so I can make use of system.out.println method, and volume is value of this particular volume variable. Now with all these changes, just compile this program and look at this program is successfully compiled. Now I can run this program by pressing Ctrl 2 and look at this, it is displaying the volume as 120. So this is what happened. I have created a box reference variable, then I have created a physical instance of box, and then using the reference variable I have initialized the values to the various properties of this box instance. Now if you are a C++ programmer, you might be thinking that these variables are private variables within this class and I cannot access them outside of this class, but this is not the case in Java. If I do not specify any visibility for any member within a class, so it is not a private member of class. It is called as the default member of this class. And default members are accessible within all the classes of same package. We have not seen what packages are. Packages will be discussed in a later session in a very great detail. Currently, just understand that both these classes, box demo and box class, are within the same package. So the members, default member of this class, are accessible to any class in same package. Unless I particularly declare a member as private, no member is kept as a hidden member within a class in Java. So now I have decorated this variable with this private keyword. Now this variable cannot be accessed outside of this class. And now if I try to compile this program, now look at this, compiler will show us some errors. Height has private access in box, so I am not able to access some value to this height variable. So understand this concept that unless you declare a variable as private, it is not actually a hidden member of that class. Thanks for listening. For more details, visit our official site at www.risingtechnologies.in. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel.